I'm going to share with you some ways, 3 ways in particular, to move from stuck to unstoppable. Number three is a game changer. Number three is key. And this is going to help you to move from where it is that you are to where you can be. I want to talk about it today. I want to talk about why are you waiting? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? I want to shift you from a place of how to move from here to there. Wherever your there is, I want to get you there. And I want to give you the steps to do it. One of the things I often say, and I will continue to say, is that somebody's waiting for you to become who you are so they can become who they're supposed to be. Here's the transformative question for you is how long will you make them wait? How much longer will you make them wait? Yes, I'm talking to you about writing that book, and I can help you to do that. Talking about developing your speaking habits and your speaking traits, I can help you do that too. I'm talking about really becoming who it is that you're supposed to be, right? When are you going to release the song? When are you going to write the chapter? When are you going to develop the nonprofit? When are you going to actually build the opportunity and the entrepreneurship and put the pedal to the metal to actually make things happen, to accelerate into your gift, to accelerate into your purpose? Don't you think the time is now? I'm so glad you thought so too. One of the main things that you're going to have to do if you're going to really change the game, if you're going to really stop waiting and move from here to there, you're going to have to change your conversation. For many of us, our inner conversation is absolutely disrespectful. How you talk to you when nobody's around, how you talk to you even when other people are around in your own mind is oftentimes very disrespectful. You don't even need to have anybody else disrespect you because you disrespect yourself. What do you mean? I don't ever disrespect myself, Doctor. Yes, you do. You disrespect yourself by telling yourself what you can't do. You disrespect yourself by telling yourself what you can't be, what you can't become, what you can't overcome. You disrespect yourself by telling yourself what won't work, what can't work, how it won't work out. And so is what Henry Ford said, if you believe that you can or you can't, you're right. If you think you can or you can't, you're right. You have to change your conversation because here's what I understand. As a man thinketh in his heart, the scripture says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Based upon what you're thinking will lead to who you're becoming or lack thereof. Based upon what you're thinking dictates where you're going or keeps you from being there. It keeps you stuck and stagnant when you ought to be living unstoppable. It keeps you limping when here it is, you ought to be taking the quantum leap. What you're thinking dictates what you're saying. And I really believe that you will see what you say because your words create your world. What you speak into the atmosphere will appear. Your future or your funeral is on the tip of your tongue. Death and life is in the power of the tongue. What kind of words are you saying about yourself? Are you only speaking the type of conversation, the type of words that other people said about you that was so dismissive, that was so disrespectful, that was so negative? And so because other people talk to you in a negative way, now you speak to yourself in a negative way. Now you put yourself down because nobody else lifted you up. Come on, you've got to change your conversational diet. You got to change your conversational diet because here's the thing. What I understand is that you're going to bear fruit either way. Is the fruit going to be healthy? Is it going to be healed? Is it going to be whole? Is it going to be ripe in a right way? Or is it going to be rotten? Is it going to be toxic? And based upon the fruit of your conversation, the fruit of your thoughts dictates how you're going to live your life. Number two, here's what I understand as well. When you change your your conversation, your inner conversation, your confession, that dictates your possession, that dictates your direction, and it dictates it in a place of secondly, you identifying your identity. That's one thing you're going to have to do. You have to identify your identity. You cannot base your identity specifically solely on what it is that you have. You have to know who it is that you are. And so many times, us as individuals, we're only looking at ourselves through the lens of what we have, through the lens of what we own, through the lens of what we're wearing, not who we're becoming, through the lens of what everybody else said about us, but not really how we feel about ourselves. We have to get to that particular place of us developing, knowing our identity, moving into a particular place, because if you know who you are, you're not allowing other people to tell you what you're not. Who are you at the end of the day? Is who you are only based upon what you have? Or does it go beyond that? Do you know how valuable you are? Or is your value only dictated based upon the valuables that you have in your house or that you have on your person? You have to get to that particular place, because here's the thing. Knowing your identity now gives you a renewed confidence. For many of us, we're stuck like Chuck in a pickup truck. We're always waiting. You're always sitting back waiting. It's like you sit at a bus stop. It's like you're sitting at a restaurant. You're just waiting to be served by somebody rather than you serving yourself, rather than you going after it and making it happen on your own. You're the only person who's in your own way. What are you waiting for? Come on, you're healthy, you're healed, you're whole. You got the activity of your limbs. You have a sharp mind. You have all the resources that you need internally. You don't have to be anybody else, because if God ever wanted you to be somebody else, he would have made you them. What are the excuses now? It's time for you to get all the excuses off the table and shift into execution. Shift from excuses into execution. Well, you just feel like you're stuck. You just feel like you're stagnant because you keep coming up with all these excuses as to why it's not going to work. What are you waiting for? Because if you don't take the move right now, if you don't take the quantum leap, if you don't take the step, if you don't do something different to get something different, you'll be right here a year from now, years from now, asking the same question with no real answers. How do you get from here to there? By changing your confession, by identifying your identity, and now taking the step. Don't despise the day of small beginnings. Do something with what it is that you have. See, everybody's always getting to a place of, well, I got to get to a place where I'm going to start. No, if you just start, I guarantee you're going to finish. But you can never finish until you start. I was telling somebody the other day, I said, listen, the hardest weight to lift in the gym is the doorknob. You're always thinking about ways for you to keep yourself out of doing what you need to do. If you can just get into the gym, if you can just do the things that you need to do, if you can just start from the lowest level of where it is that you are and just build from there, you'll see the game change for you. You have to change your confession. You have to change your interpersonal conversation. You have to identify your identity. And then thirdly, you have to move into a place of understanding that consistency is key. Too many of us were waiting until we feel like being motivated. You've always been waiting. You're waiting to go out, to take yourself out to lunch. You're waiting to go out to lunch until somebody comes with you. You're waiting to go to dinner until you have a dinner date or until you have an entourage of people. You're waiting to start something until somebody else gives you the green light, until somebody now vouches for you or somebody co-signs on your vision. You're always waiting because you need everybody else to be with you to get it done. No, find a way to go on your own, and then the right people are going to meet you on the journey. But are you willing to be consistent on that journey day by day, even if no one shows up until other people show up? And maybe nobody's showing up because there's some things that you just need to do on your own, and you need to get determined. You need to get disciplined. You need to have some direction. And it's too many chefs in the kitchen. And so what does God have to do? God has to oftentimes clear the clutter. He has to move people out of the way so that you can understand less is more. He has to subtract so that he can add the right type of people. He has to divide certain things so that now your life can be multiplied. Don't you see the blessing in the disguise? But if you're only looking at situation, you'll never see the revelation. Getting your mind past where it is that you are to get it to where you need to be is going to be a game changer for you. Consistency is the key. You have to be willing to do the same things over and over again, no matter how boring and monotonous it seems to be. Come on, you're going to the gym every single day or going to the gym a certain amount of days throughout the week, and you're being consistent with that. You're not deviating, even if you don't feel like doing it, because you're never going to always feel like doing what it is that you want to do or what it is that you need to do, rather. Doesn't matter how great Steph Curry is as a basketball player. There's some days that he doesn't feel like going to the gym and shooting, but he loves the game of basketball. But there's some days that he just does not feel like it. There's some days that his body's just not feeling like getting up out of that bed. There's some days where he's dealing with some nagging injuries and some things that need to be attended to. There's some days that he's got to push himself. What are you shooting for? What's the goal that you're trying to go after? And what's keeping you from moving forward? But now you're in a place to where you're backtracking. This is the time to move from here to there. You know, the place of there, let me tell you where the place of there is. The place of there is a renewed confidence. The place of there has a changed confession. The place of there, people have identified their identity. The place called there is where consistency is key. And you don't get there. And even if you get there, you won't be able to stay there without these intangibles. So many people have gotten there, but they've gotten knocked down, right? They slipped out of the way. They backtracked. They regressed. They didn't progress because they did not make the main thing the main thing. What are you waiting for? The world is waiting for you. Somebody's waiting for you to become who you are so they can become who they're supposed to be. Now, how much longer will you make them wait? How much longer will you remain here when the people who need you are there? I want to show you how to get there from here in the most transformative online community that you're going to step into. And it's right at the tip of your fingers. It's right at the click of a button when you go to theeaglesacademy.com. That's right. I want you to soar with me into my amazing academy community. It's where I'm coaching, I'm teaching, I'm training, I'm mentoring you. I'm showing you how to get there from here. I'm talking about closing the gap between your ideas, your impact, your influence, ultimately your income. I'm talking about the renewed you, the transformed you, the energetic you, the you that feels like you're walking in purpose. Don't you want to step into that? I'm talking about the you that's healed and that's whole, that's now attracting the right type of people. You have to be in the right environment to do that. You have to be in the right environment to experience all of that. And the right environment is where you're going to get strategic teaching, strategic, innovative ideas, proven strategies, where you're going to be a part of an amazing, growing community of gifted leaders, locally, nationally, and globally, who understand that a win for you is a win for us too. Yeah. And a win for us is a win for you too. Not a place of competition, but a place of collaboration. I want you to get involved. I want you to be a part of our amazing circle of greatness, our circle of growth. Go right now and soar with us. Take flight at theeaglesacademy.com. Theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the enroll now button, fill out the form, be transformed. What are you waiting for? Go right now and let me show you how to get from here to there. I know you were transformed by this amazing conversation. I want you to drop a love donation. I want you to give a love donation. Even on Cash App, I'm doing so much work locally, nationally, globally in the community. People are being blessed by my books. As I've written 19 of them, I'm showing people how to write books. People are being blessed by my books in Ghana and empowered. I'm giving as a community giver, as a pastor, as a leader, as an individual, as the leader of the Remnant Worshipers Ministry right here in the city of Detroit, doing so many things. And you can help me to give even in a greater way. Once you send that Cash App, $Dr. Eddie Ministries on PayPal, info at EddieConnor.com, and then even on Zelle, EddieConnorJr at gmail.com. It's all about helping other people. I believe that service is the rent that we pay for the space that we occupy. And I'm always doing whatever it takes to pay it forward and to help other people and lift them up. Links in the chat, links in the description of this video for how and where to give. Hit that thumbs up button on this video, family. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Hopefully you can say I've been growing your greatness. Help me to grow our channel for change that creates change and that breaks chains. I would love for you to connect with me on social media at EddieConnorJr, EddieConnorJr. And of course, let me know what you thought about the show in the comments below. Let me know what you thought about the show in the comments below. Just type in the chat, the wait is over. Yeah. Yeah. You're not waiting anymore. What are you waiting for? You're getting from here to there. Yep. The wait is over. Just type the wait is over in the comments. Family, you know I got to go, but I just wanted to let you know that it is yours truly, Dr. Eddie, your main man, 100 grand, your brother. And I mean that from another mother family. It's been fun, but you know, brother got to run. So I want you to know it's been a privilege and a pleasure, a treat and a treasure, a joy beyond measure. But I want you to remember to keep the faith and believe it's going to be bigger, better, brighter, peace, and a whole lot of love. Keep soaring.